Halo. JC on the job, baby. Hey, this is what we got for you guys today on Mountains Barlow Days. We got some cool stories here. I'm going to add in a little bit more to the story than just the Barlows, but we're still going to have a good time with our Barlows. So, before my YouTube experience, I started collecting knives. I started off, if you guys remember my very first videos, explaining that my family is what got me really interested into knives. I started talking to my uncles about my grandma's knives, if they had them around, and then my aunt on my other side, and my grandma had passed away, so she gave me her knives, and then it kind of blew up. And then, of course, you know, there's a lot to be thankful for the knife doctor, because as I was figuring out how to clean knives, a lot of his videos came up, and a lot of interactions with him in the first couple hundred subscribers. You know, I was one of the first guys that was watching him, and sent him a Zippo lighter, sent him some old knives, and then started talking to my dad about other knives, and then, you know, kind of went off on my own, just looking for stuff. So before my YouTube experience, I collected knives that I could afford. I had not gotten in this position that I'm in yet, to where I can buy a little bit more expensive knives. So I started out buying some less expensive knives. And I say that that is not a bad thing to do. You know, if you're starting out, there's plenty of traditional pocket knives that have good life to them and good stories that can be affordable. This Japanese Saber is one of them. It's a Saber brand with beautiful bone. It's got some brass pins. It's got some wear and tear to it, for sure. It's got some steel liners, steel springs, still pretty darn sharp. A nice carbon steel with some nice patina. Saber Japan number 3. Pretty clean for the most part. The bone's really intact, and that's where you can learn a lot. You know, you can see that the quality is there. Saber puts out some nice quality knives. Saber's US, Saber England, Saber, what is it? There's an Irish Saber, am I wrong? Japanese. So anyways, I picked this one up for under $10. Came with a story. I got it off an eBay seller, and this older gentleman told me that this was a very, very special knife. We corresponded back and forth through the comments on eBay, which, you know, I like talking to everybody about knives. So I didn't just buy this knife from him. He had mentioned that this was very special to him, and I mentioned back to him, hey, well, it's going to be in good hands because I'm going to keep this knife. It's going to be one of my first purchases, and understanding the quality, the craftsmanship, the bone, and the steel, you know, of a nice quality Barlow knife. And I'm just going to keep it, and I'm going to tell the story. I didn't know that I was going to end up doing YouTube and end up telling stories about knives, you know, so, that's what happened. So this gentleman, he told me that when he was in Vietnam, that's where he picked up this Barlow. He used it in the field. He used it when he came back home. He kept it in his pocket for many years, until he got to a point now, just recently, this was nearly 4 years ago, that he wasn't going to be collecting knives anymore, saving any of his old memorabilia, and he was just ready to let go of a few things. So when I messaged him back that I was going to take really good care of this, he messaged me back and said that he shed a few tears of joy that I wasn't just a eBay consumer just to buy it and turn around and sell it or something like that, you know, that I was actually going to care for it, which I am. And he was very, very heartfelt, appreciative of the sale between me and him, for lack of better words. So that is the story about this old Saber, which I say is a very, very great experience to learn about Barlow's. I do like this knife. I do like the story that this gentleman was out there serving our country in Vietnam when he picked up a nice knife, brought it back home, made it back home. And now I get to share the story with you all. Under $10. Next, Barlow. I've told this story before to a few friends, and tends to be kind of a story where people might not believe you. But if you watch YouTube and knife stories, or even pickers that go out and get old vintage tools or something like that, everybody's got that story where they get a real good deal. I was at the flea market in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I was with my kids, and I was telling one kid, stop walking away from me because you're going to get lost. And that one kid walked away from me. And she got lost. And of course I got angry. But then when I calmed myself down, we found her. And I think she learned her lesson, because I could tell she was a little afraid. And, it made our relationship, me and the kids, all a lot better, because I tend to go places and try to give our kids experiences. My wife works a lot, so a lot of the times it's just me and the kids. And the older ones really try, and the younger ones are still learning. So I came across this one area where this guy had tools all over 2 tables, right? He was talking to this guy trying to make a deal over here. I was looking at stuff here. I found a box of knives. They were all crap. I kept walking around. I found some pliers, because I collect pliers too, USA pliers. None of them were something that I wanted. Then I saw that. And I said, my gosh, I think that looks like it could be a knife. And I rustled through the stuff and I pulled it out. And I said, wow, that is bone. And that is an old knife. At the time, this guy stopped talking to this other guy, turned and looked at me, and he was kind of an angry, mean, grumpy old guy. So I opened up my hand this way, and I told him, how much do you want for that? He walked over to me and he looked at the stuff that was in front of me, which I was not going to buy. Then he picked this up real rudely out of my hand and he looked at it. He looked at it. Then he hands it back to me and tells me $1. I gave him $1. This is a very old IXL George Westinghouse, Sheffield, England. Man. Let me open both blades for you. And you can see that it's kind of a used old knife. George Westinghouse, Sheffield, England, on both the blades. IXL. What a find. What a find, man. That somebody like him would probably give this away thinking that it was trash. And this is not trash. This is treasure. This is treasure. So, look at the blades. Those are used blades. And sharp, too. I sharpened it because I pocketed this for, quite a while. Very proud. Told the story very many times. Sharpened it on a stone. Whew, yeah. And I am very proud of this knife. It is a beautiful Barlow. As well as I am very proud of that knife. So what I'd like to add to this story is that I reached out to a couple buddies of mine that I talk to from time to time. More and more as the days go on, the more and more I gravitate to talking to them. George Bramblett, my brother, man, I love that guy. He's just the coolest guy in the world. I ended up talking to him quite a bit. I asked him, hey, I'd like to do a show, and I'd like for you to participate with me, and I want to know if you can send me a picture of a knife under $10 that you like and have a cool story. And he did. And then I reached out to Jeff Jackson. Me and him have had a story to tell before too. If you guys remember, a while back, me and him and Stan from Stan's Cutlery Universe, we now share a piece of what is it? 3 knives, man. What are they? The Schrade knives, Schrade Walden knives, new old stock. And so I started. Me and Jeff kept on talking, man, and we share some pictures from time to time. And he amazes me. It's quite joyful, really, you know, to talk to all you guys. So any of you guys that are out there that are not channel content creators, but you comment and stuff, man, I'm more than happy to hang out with you guys and just share life and just share and have a good time talking about knives, and most of the time about other silly stuff in life too, but makes me happy. Oh, by the way, at the start of the video you may have seen me drop in some oil, so let's give a shout out to my friend Ken, The Cutting Edge. And if you might have noticed that this one is upside down because he has an Etsy store, LCK Knives, or LC Knives, Etsy.com, and that's where I got my flush and my pivot oil. And just like this one says, oil the joints. Listen. Gosh, that's beautiful. Yee! Man, listen. Half stop. I love it, man. I love it. I love knives, guys. I do. Remember that. That's a cool story. My Barlow Saber Vietnam knife. What a trip, huh? Oh, man. So, shout out, Ken. Thanks for always supporting us, hanging around, giving us all your educational videos, and sharing knives with us, man. Because like I just said, I love knives. I love EDC. I love hanging out with you guys, man. I'm just a happy guy. And more so these days that I get to interact with you guys than ever. Let's get back to what I was saying. Jeff sent me in a picture of a special knife of his that he got for under $10, and there's a story with it. So I'm going to put the pictures up, and then I'm going to voice over so I can read to you what these gentlemen said about their knives, and then we're going to close out Mountain Jar. Have a great day. Here we have Jeff Jackson's 1940 to 64 vintage case, 25.5 swell center jack, less than $10. It was a Christmas gift from his sister-in-law, cleaned and picked up for cheap. Now we have George Bramblett, Barlow, Master Barlow, as a gift given to him from Bubba's EDC. Very important to George. Classic Riders of the Silver Screen.